Heavy traffic around school buildings and yellow buses everywhere can mean only one thing. Summer vacation is ending for East Alabama students.
A new study shows just how much Alabama's economy relies on the forestry business. And a minor traffic stop this morning leads to a narcotics arrest.
The heat rolls on across East Alabama, but maybe a little bit of a respite coming by the weekend. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up.
Coming up in sports, the Boaz girls basketball program will be led by a new head coach this season. We have more on that in just a minute as EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
Schools across East Alabama are starting their new academic year this week, increasing the number of school buses on the roads each day and causing traffic jams near school campuses. Today was the first day of class for Oxford City Schools, where students were greeted by school resource officers on each campus. Oxford Police Chief Bill Partridge welcomed the students and promised that his officers would be watching for their safety on the roads and in the classrooms. Calhoun and Cleburne County schools also go back to session this week, with school resource officers assigned to their respective campuses.
Law enforcement officials remind motorists to be extra cautious for the next few weeks as families and school bus drivers adjust to their new schedules. Remember that on two-lane roads, Alabama law requires traffic in both directions to stop when a school bus is stopped to load or unload its passengers. On four-lane divided roads, all traffic going in the same direction as the bus must also stop when it has its lights flashing and stop sign displayed.
When we come back, in some parts of Alabama, you can't see the forest for the dollars.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Alabama's forest industry contributes more than $36.3 billion each year to the state's economy, according to a study by Jack State's Center for Economic Development and Business Research. That's a $7.4 billion increase from a similar study made in 2019. Jack State conducted the survey on behalf of Forestry Works, a training program for the industry. The latest study shows that more than 54,000 Alabamians are directly employed by the forest products industry, and another 123,624 people are employed because of the economic activity it generates, contributing over $8 billion of labor income to the state's budget.
State Forester Rick Oates says that Alabama's forests are growing 84% more timber than is being harvested each year, so there's plenty of room for growth. Chris Isaacson, the president and CEO of the Alabama Forestry Association, says forest-related businesses have invested an average of $840 million every year for the past decade. That's created more than 1,000 new jobs per year. Forestry Works reaches more than 29,000 students throughout the state with forestry education and career opportunity resources. Its curriculum is available in 228 public school systems within the Alabama Department of Public Education.
When we return, a biker faces drug charges after being pulled over for not having a tag on his motorcycle.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
to enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
A Delta man was arrested in Heflin this morning on several felony drug charges. Cleveland County Sheriff John Daniels says one of his deputies saw a motorcycle on Bedwell Street about 8 o'clock this morning with no tag displayed. The deputy pulled the biker over and found that he was in possession of a quantity of narcotics. The biker, identified as 40-year-old Joshua Keith Bean of Delta, was charged with 3 felony cases, including trafficking methamphetamines and unlawful possession of a controlled substance. He also faces 1 misdemeanor charge of the unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. Bean's total bond has been set at $33,000.
Heflin City officials announced this afternoon that Jefferson Street will be closed at least until Thursday while a drainage pipe is being repaired. Motorists are advised to avoid the area and find alternate routes.
Another beautiful sunny day, getting really warm out there.
Well, it is, but you know what? I am not complaining. We had so many days of rain. I'm really enjoying this beautiful sunshine.
Exactly. I think all the rain is to our east with the storm going up the east coast. That does leave us in kind of a dry spell. And I wonder how long it's going to last.
Well, let's check with John Holder, who joins us now in the EAN Weather Center to tell us all about it. John?
Mike and Katie, we are going to be dry for the foreseeable future. Virtually no rain in forecast until at least next week. We'll have the complete forecast details for all of East Alabama next.
To freshness at WM. Celebrate the season with our bountiful selection of farm fresh produce. From juicy berries to crisp greens, taste the flavors of spring at WM. Visit us today and let the freshness bloom in every bite.
Another scorcher today on this first day of school for most folks across East Alabama. Temperatures way above the average, even for early August. 96 for the high today after a morning low of 70. A big warm up today. Record high temperature 101. The record low again 56. The sunrise tomorrow morning now at a minute after 6, and the sun setting this evening at 7:37. Time for weather on your street for a Wednesday night. Those who did not start school today will start tomorrow across East Alabama. A lot of stars out there tonight. We're going to have clear skies for this last night before you go back to school. For some more area folks tomorrow morning, 73 for the low. Beautiful night out on Shipley Road at McClellan. That's a beautiful place to go stargazing and see the skies. Be a good night for that out at McClellan overnight tonight. Looking at tomorrow on your Thursday, it's going to be another hot day out on Patton Chapel Road in Lincoln and Talladega County. More of the same. Plenty of sunshine, no rain in the forecast, mid-90s, 95 tomorrow in Lincoln. And as we look at the start of the weekend coming up on Friday, we begin to see a little bit of relief. It's not much, a tad bit coming up, but a small dip in temperatures on Tumblin Mill Road in Heflin in Cleveland County. If you're over in Heflin, instead of mid-90s, how about some low 90s beginning on Friday? And that will carry into the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, here's the weekend forecast as part of our 7-day forecast. We don't really have any rain in the forecast for you anytime soon, but we are going to see a gradual decrease in the temperatures, not by much. 95 tomorrow, 93 Friday, 92 Saturday and Sunday, but it is going to be a more dry air. So we're going to see basically low humidity and dew point values coming back to East Alabama. The big difference that you're going to see the next several days will be the low temperatures. We're dropping down to 67 Saturday morning, and then pretty pleasant, 65 degrees, about as good as we can ask for here on Sunday and Monday mornings of next week. Again, no rain in the forecast anytime in the next 5 days. The only chance of rain right now that we have on our radar, so to speak, is coming on Tuesday. Even then, that's only a 20% chance of a shower. Temperatures getting back toward the mid-90s, and then another dry day coming after that. We just don't really see any great rain chances at all coming to East Alabama in the next 7 days. Well, let's take a look at what might be causing some cooler temperatures, some lower humidity and dew point values, and some lower nighttime temperatures for the weekend. This is Saturday, and you see a front approaching here, and that front is going to move across. Doesn't have any moisture with it, but it is going to provide a batch of cooler air coming in. Not by much. Daytime highs 3 or 4 degrees cooler. Nighttime lows, that's where you'll see the big difference. Those nighttime lows will be 6, 7, 8 degrees cooler. But we'll take what we can get at this time of year with this front coming for the weekend. I'll be back here tomorrow morning bright and early at 6 a.m. with your Thursday Day at a Glance, and right back here tomorrow night for EAN Local News as we'll take a look at the weekend forecast for all of East Alabama. A successful high school coach here in East Alabama is on the move. Namath Pitts has all the details right now in sports. Namath.
Thanks, John. Boaz hired their next head girls basketball coach, and his track record of success speaks for itself. Boaz girls made it to sub-regionals last season before seeing their season end to Moody. Justin Bowen, on the other hand, led Southside to the Elite 8 last year, which was history-making for Southside. Boaz has hired Justin Bowen to take over their girls program. Justin has spent the past couple seasons taking Southside to places that it had never been before. He hopes to take that same success and more to Boaz. Justin Bowen talked about what made him want to be the next head coach at Boaz.
All right, so, first off, leaving Southside was just a really tough decision, everything that we've been able to accomplish there the last several years. But, Boaz, the first thing is just the fact that they, kind of sought me out. I really appreciated that, appreciated the fact that they, called and wanted to at least, talk about the opportunity. But looking at some other things as far as that's concerned is just first looking at the facilities. I mean, when you walk around, not just the basketball, gym, but, you go look at baseball field, softball field, they just built tennis courts and pickleball courts and a new track. And there's just a lot of really, really great things going on here that show that this school system is really committed to athletics and just bettering their athletes and their students in general. I think there's a rich tradition here of girls basketball. If you look at all the accolades and stuff over the years, this is a program that has been very successful and has done a lot for girls basketball. So it's exciting. We've got a challenge. Coming up this coming season, just losing several seniors, some kids moving out this summer, and then having some injuries. So we're going to be behind the 8 ball a little bit as far as that's concerned, but really excited about the potential opportunities, not short term, just short term, but looking at the long term goal of being the coach here.
Justin has been playing teams like Boaz, Sardis, and other surrounding teams over the years at Southside. He is familiar with the level of competition that Boaz will continue to see. The talent is certainly there for Boaz to be successful. Coach Bowen talked about his vision and his direction for the Boaz girls basketball program. All
right, so, one of the things that I think that we were able to build at Southside was just an extremely hard work ethic. So that's something that I want to bring to this program, because I think we have a lot of good athletes that play multiple sports here, but just trying to help cultivate that work ethic as far as just basketball is concerned, because there are a lot of girls that play multiple sports, and I think something that we were able to kind of not perfect, but get in a better situation at Southside was just those girls that are playing multiple sports, putting in the work, in the off season, periodically during their other sports seasons to continue to be a good basketball player. So I think just helping cultivate that tough and hard work ethic, helping continue the workouts and the weight room and things like that, just helping build off of those things and things like that they already do. Those are a couple of quick things that I hope that we can help instill to ultimately help us be just an overall better basketball program.
Boaz will compete in Class 5A Area 13, which features Boaz, Crossville, Douglas, and Sardis. Coach Bowen shared his thoughts on Area 13 and how his Boaz Pirates can host the area tournament and advance to regionals.
All right, so when you look at our area, it's us, Sardis, Crossville, and Douglas. So those are teams other than Crossville that I'm really familiar with. We played Douglas every year. We played Sardis every year. I've had some really good games with them. So it's an area where I think that we can still be competitive in each year. I think it's an area that we can continue to battle for an area championship every year. This coming season, Sardis is going to have some players that are coming back, including one that moved from here. So they're going to be a competitive team. Douglas has a really good a coach, one that I'm very good friends with. And then Crossville will be a team that I'm not as familiar with, but looking forward to playing and being in the area with them. It's an area that, once again, I think we can be competitive in. I think that yearly, if we work hard, that we'll have a chance to compete for a championship.
That's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today. You can find us every weeknight on Facebook and YouTube, and of course right here on our website.
Just go to the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather coverage whenever it's convenient for you. We'll see you back here Thursday for your news on your schedule.